Hello everybody. I decided I wanted some potato salad to go with my barbecue chicken today. So I went in and I got a pot full of my potatoes that I grew in my garden. I'm also going to throw 2 eggs in here. And I may have to put just a little bit more water in here, because I like to cover my potatoes to boil them. And I'm not peeling them. I probably won't peel them until after I cook them, because they're little red potatoes and the peeling will come right off real easy after they're cooked. Whereas right now I'd cut most of the potato away to cook them, and you know, some of them are little small potatoes. So that's the plan. I'm going to put them on now. And I just I don't know how I did that, but I got had my lid all fogged up. I guess it was from having it on the lid before I started the camera. But I'm going to turn my potatoes on. I'm going to get those cooking. I have my chicken over here in the sink thawing, because I did have it frozen in the refrigerator. So it's got to thaw up, and it always thaws faster if you put it in water, or you can do it in the microwave. I may pop it in the microwave for a little bit just to see if I can help speed up the thawing process. I can put it on this plate. I just don't like to leave my meat in there very long, because the microwave actually starts cooking it. But we can come over here and I'm going to put it in my microwave for a few minutes and see what happens. Because this is going to be Crockpot barbecue chicken. And I don't want it to take all day and night to do it. Oh, and I just pulled my there. I'm going to put it on defrost for about, first try it at 20 minutes and see what happens, and I'll bring you back. Well, we're back, and I've got my chicken out of the microwave. I had to put it in there for another 20 minutes. I'm hoping it's thawed. I don't know. We'll see. Just rinse that out and get that out of the way for right now. But I'm going to proceed to cut the package open and try to cut up my chicken. Trying to get my camera a little bit closer. For those of you that don't know how to cut up a chicken or have never cut up one. But this hen, it's just a whole young chicken. Doesn't have the price on it, but most of the chickens nowadays go for about $6-7 or more for a whole chicken. Sometimes you can catch them on sale pretty cheap. The test is going to be if I can get anything out of the inside of it, and it's still not thawed up, not completely, but like I said, I don't want to cook it. But I always start with my legs. Or try to, and they're still frozen. So what I'm gonna have to do is put water in the sink, because I don't want to cook my chicken in the microwave. But after having it in the microwave for, 40 minutes, it shouldn't take too much longer for it to thaw up. And like I said, I do not want to cook it in the microwave before I put it in my crock pot. That's why I'm not going to microwave it any longer. But I'm just going to fill the sink up with water, cold water, and let my chicken sit there for a while. And then I'll bring you back again. And this is for all the people that maybe have had to defrost a chicken and it took way so long. But you already saw it took 40 minutes in the microwave just to get it about half thawed. The center of it is still thawed. But if I keep putting it in the microwave, what's going to happen? The outside of my chicken's going to cook, and the inside, before the inside gets thawed. So I'm going to put it the rest of the time in my sink of water, and then I will bring you back. Well, we're back, people, and I'm going to, over here, I think my chicken is barely thawed up enough to cut it up. So that's what I'm getting ready to do. I've already kind of split it down the back and the breast. Then I'm just going to cut my legs off. You just grab the leg, cut it close to the chicken body till you find your joint. Once you find your joint, you can cut the legs off just like that. The same way with the joint between the leg and the thigh. Probably needed to sharpen my knife a little bit. But you cut it right up between the bone, the joint of the bone. That gives you your thigh, and it gives you your leg. And I probably don't want all that skin on my leg, so I'm going to cut a little bit of it off. It was mostly what was on my thigh, and it came off when I cut it. My knives are not cooperating very good with me today. And there's my leg. You do your wing, well, your other leg the same way. If it's thawed up good, that's the way you can do it. You just cut it right off. Find your joint. Cut right through your joint. And I'm hoping you can see this. I'm trying to show you. I don't have anywhere else I can put the camera. But there's a leg. There's a thigh. And I sometimes don't want all this skin on mine. So I do take it off. I mean, it's up to you. Some people don't mind eating a lot of the skin. I don't like it. So I try to get it off of mine as much as possible. Sometimes you can't get every bit of it. And then we're coming to our wings. Do the wings the same way you did the rest of your chicken legs. Find your joint and just cut through it. I'm just leaving the skin on those because you'd be surprised how many people, there's your other leg, your wing. This is the back. Again, I'm taking much of the fat off of it as I can. Some of it will stay. But that's okay. Now I cut it down the back. Bone right there. I'm just pulling the skin off. A lot of times I leave a lot of this fat and skin on it when I'm making chicken and rice or chicken and pastry, because I want that fat in my chicken and rice or my chicken and dumplings, because you can always get it out later. There's part of the back. Here's one of the breasts. And that's a pretty good sized breast, so you know what? I'm going to cut it, I think. Because that's a pretty big hunk of meat. You got your gizzard, the heart, this is the other breast, and I've got to get it cut loose. Let's get some of this skin off of it. See, that's a great big old breast there. I don't think I want to leave my breast whole. They're too big. Because this was a fat hen. a young fat chicken. So there's one hunk of the breast, and here's the other one. I mean, that's a lot of meat right there. to wash it off a little bit. And you notice I'm doing this in the actual sink. I'm not doing it in the dish pan. Go ahead and pull the meat off of this leg. I mean the skin off of it. Sometimes you can't get it all the way off. So I just cut it right there at the knuckle. I throw neck and all in there. And I take my wing and bend it back like this. That way it stays like that while it's cooking. About to get another part of the gizzard. And I'm going to dispose of the skin. Now you notice I am using this dishcloth, but as soon as I get my chicken in the crock pot, oh, and I didn't want to do that. I will be getting rid of all that. I mean, I'll be throwing my dishcloth, my dish towel, or not my dish towel, but my dishcloth in the washer, because I don't reuse my dishcloth or my dish towel if I use it cutting up a chicken. There's quite a bit of water in there, so I'm going to drain it off the best I can. And this is where my towel's going to come in. I'm just going to pat dry my chicken the best I can. You can't do it completely, but I don't want it dripping with water when I put it in the crock pot. Now you can just buy you a package of chicken breast, whatever you want to use for your chicken. And do it that way. Now I'm just gonna salt it. I'm putting quite a bit in there because I'm gonna mix it around. Pepper. And I'll also like the skin off of my chicken, because if you put all that skin in there to cook, it's going to produce a lot of moisture in your crock pot. Onion powder. Paprika. I got smoked paprika. it takes about a teaspoonful or so. You can season it the best way you want to do it. I mean, you can measure your own ingredients. Use about a 1 teaspoon of paprika, 3/4 teaspoon kosher salt, 1/2 teaspoon garlic powder, 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder, 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper, and then you'll need about 1 to 2 cups barbecue sauce at the end. I mean, I've cooked so much that I can pretty well guess what I'm putting in there without measuring it a lot of times. And I had already put black pepper in there. I already put salt. Now I'm going to come over here and get my brown sugar. Put about 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. Now you got to get your hands in it and kind of putting it over here so you can see. I don't have to be over the stove, over the sink. But just kind of work it in a little bit so it gets on all of the chicken. Now what you want to do is spray the inside of your crock pot with oil so it doesn't, hopefully not stick to your crock pot. You're going to place your chicken in. Now those of you that have a big family, you might want to use the whole chicken like I'm doing. Or, if you have just a couple of people to feed, you can cut that chicken down. You can just maybe do a couple of chicken breasts or something like that. And I'm just going to pour the rest of this right in my chicken. I'm going to put the lid on it, and I'm going to turn it on high, and I'm going to hopefully get it cooked in 2 to 3 hours. Now, you can put it on high for 2 to 3 hours, or you can cook it on low for up to 6 hours. It's just up to you. Some of you ladies that go to work, you might want to put it on in the morning before you go to work. And then you'll have your chicken done at least by the time you get home from work. With me, I'm going to fix this for supper. It's a little after 2 right now. So I'm just going to put it on high for 2 to 3 hours. So I know I'm going to eat this for dinner tonight. And we're going to bring you back in a little bit when this is done, and I'll show you the rest of what I'm going to do. Well, we're back, y'all, and I'm going to get my chicken out of the crock pot and see if we can do something else with it. And I got to get my broiling pan out of my broiler down here. Just a regular broiling pan right out of your oven. Turn my broiler on, let it get hot. I'm going to take some aluminum foil. And I'm going to put it over my broiling pan. See if I can get it under it a little bit. And I'm just doing this so it's not going to be so messy to clean up the broiling pan. Okay, where is my tongs? Right here. And I did get me a clean dishcloth. But I'm going to take all my chicken pieces and put them out here on the spread them out on my broiling pan that's got my aluminum foil on it. There's a big piece of chicken right there. That was one of the breasts. And I just cut my foil, and I didn't want to do that. So I'm going to do this number. I'm going to take it off real quick and line it again. Because I don't want all that liquid to go down in my pan. Now, try it again and try this time not to tear my aluminum foil. There's a big piece of chicken right there. It'd probably be better if you could drain your chicken a little bit before you put it in the pan. It'll help just a little bit to take it out in this little container and then put it in the pan when it drips just a tiny bit. Because we're getting ready to make it good. And I try not to have it touching, but sometimes you can't help it. I mean, it just depends on how big the chicken is. I've got a couple more pieces in here. And you don't want to get rid of your broth that come off of your chicken, because you can use that in soup, dumplings. You can put pasta in it or anything and make a soup. That's better than any store-bought chicken broth you can ever get. Put that back in the pot. All of that dripped off, because I'm going to save that. I'll make another dish with it. Now, this is where the good part comes in. I'm going to take me some barbecue sauce. And remember, I said you need about a cup of barbecue sauce. A cup to 2 cups. Depends on how many chicken pieces you got. I'm going to put some in this bowl. Start out with about a half a cup, because I don't want to waste it, and I don't know for sure how much it's going to take. Get my little food baster. I got my baster here. I put my barbecue sauce in a bowl, and I'm just going to coat my pieces of chicken with my barbecue sauce. This is going to be some of the best barbecue chicken you have ever eaten. Just give it a good coating. Need some more barbecue sauce. It's going to take every bit of a cup or 2 cups of barbecue sauce, because you want to coat each piece really good. Get some more of it. I go sparingly with it until I see about how much it's going to take. That way you don't waste a bunch of your barbecue sauce. You can always add more to your bowl. just coating each piece as best I can all over. Set that aside a minute. I'm going to pop it in my broiler now, since and I can't get it all the way down to the bottom, I'm sure. But I'm going to put it down here in the very bottom where my broiler is. I'm going to try to get it on the second or the bottom of it. I don't want it too close to the flame. And you got to keep watching it because it does not take it long. And I don't want to burn it. And like I said, you want to keep your broth. You want to keep your broth up here that you left in the crock pot, because you can fix a lot of different things with that. Like I said, chicken and rice, chicken and dumplings, chicken and pastry, chicken soup, anything with that right now. I was going to go ahead and cut up. Let me get the cat something to eat before he drives me crazy. There, I gave them some food. But I was just going to make my whole meal. I was going to fix some squash here, which I've got. I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil. Cut up a little bit of white onion. That's probably enough. Like I said, you got to keep an eye on your chicken. I do not want my chicken to burn. But what I'm going to do is cut up 2 squash. Well, I was. And this one is a little bit dry. So I'm just going to pull some of the seeds out of it. Sticking to my fingers. I mean, normally you can cook the seeds and all with your squash, but that one was a little bit tough. And this one I don't like the seeds either. And sometimes it works out that way. Little salt and pepper. And let me go check on my chicken in the bottom of my broiler here. See, it doesn't take long and it gets it really nice and brown. Now what we're going to do at this point is turn our chicken over. If I can get it over. Got to get us some more barbecue sauce, and we've got to coat it some more. Hope you can see what I'm doing here. More barbecue sauce. Now we're going to put that back in the roller. So I can tend to my squash over here. Turn that down a little bit, get the lid for it. Nope, that lid's not going to work on it. I don't think that lid's going to work on it either. It did. Let me find the lid. And I'm going to turn that way down. And we're going to put our chicken back in the broiler. Tend to my squash. And I needed just a little bit more wool in there. I'm just going to get it out of the container and be done with it. Because I want a little bit more than what squirts out of that sprayer. There. Now when you make your barbecue sauce, you can use your bottled barbecue sauce. Already made, you can make your own barbecue sauce. I had this barbecue sauce already, so I decided I was going to use it. Like I said, you got to keep watching your sorry about that, y'all. Let me get a cough drop in my mouth. Because y'all know I got severe allergies. Can't help it. I do the best I can. Maybe wet my throat with some water. I'll move this out of the way so I have somewhere to put my pan. get these squash remnants put in the composting bowl. I keep a plastic bowl over here just to put all my kitchen scraps in to go to the compost pile. And then I usually take it out, put it on the compost pole every night. The compost pile, not pole. Yeah, that's looking better. Because I want it somewhat brown, but I don't want it burnt. And I want my squash cooked done. That's why I put the lid on it. And I've got something else to make that I'll make while this video is going, but I don't want to leave my chicken unattended because it'll burn if I get distracted and leave it in there too long. It only takes a few minutes for it to do this. So you got to keep checking on it. And what we're making is called sticky barbecue chicken. Now we're going to baste it again. Turn it over and baste it again. And I know I'm making a mess. And it's going to go back in the oven, or back in the broiler. Check on my squash. We got a couple of heat mats I'm going to put over here on my cutting board to put my pan of chicken on when I get it out of the oven. Or the broiler. Is it what they consider multitasking when you cook more than one food at a time? I don't know. It should be, I guess. Because you're literally doing more than one thing at a time. And like I said, don't forget your chicken. You don't want to leave it in there and let it burn. You want it to get kind of crispy, but you don't want it to burn. Check on my broiler. Stay a little bit longer. Turn my squash off, put that on the back burner. Because we're going to start on our potato salad. I got 2 eggs in here. Remember, we started in the beginning. I don't want to forget my chicken. I had to turn the pan around because it was getting browner on one side than the other. And I want it to get brown on both sides. And I got barbecue sauce on my glove, which you can't prevent that, but I try to wipe it off the best I can when I see it. It helps. If you've got one of those like little toaster ovens that's big enough to put a big pan like that in it, it'd be great to put it in a toaster oven to brown it. Or maybe you only didn't fix that much chicken. You could put it in a smaller pan, put it in like a toaster oven to brown it. But there is our barbecue chicken, y'all. Turn that oven off. And now I'm going to start on my potatoes. Let me pour the water out of this pot. I boiled these potatoes earlier. I rinsed them in cold water. But they peel so much easier once they're cooked. You can almost just like peel the potato, the peeling off. And I'm going to go ahead and cut them up because we're making potato salad. These are the little red potatoes I grew in my garden this past summer. See how easy it is? Really, you don't even have to use a knife, but and you don't waste a lot of your potato when you're doing this. Might want to use your knife to cut the very end off, like that. But I wanted to show you, the ones of you that maybe have never grown potatoes or maybe never cooked the red potatoes before. Even the white potatoes are kind of like this. You can get the peeling off of them so much easier after they're cooked. And you get them cooled down a little bit, because you don't want to handle them hot. Still some hot air coming from that oven, that roller. Whew, pretty warm. this is why I don't mind when I have little potatoes that I grow. You know, the big ones are nice, but I don't mind the little ones because I know I can boil them and peel them like this, and I don't waste a lot of the potato in the peeling. I mean, they just push right off. And I'm doing this because I know there's some of my viewers that have never cooked before. You know, so they don't know a lot of this stuff. All of you old timers, you know this. But these new people that are just starting out that don't know how to cook, never have cooked much, they like to see the details. That chicken smells good, it looks good, and I can't wait to dig in. In fact, the white potato, that was a white potato here that I've got, it peels after it's cooked better than the red potato does. That's why my mama always waited to peel her potatoes after they were boiled. That way you don't waste the time peeling them and losing half of your potato in the peeling. And when you put it in your compost, you don't have to worry about potatoes growing. Check my camera, make sure it's going. That's all of that. Now I got to get my eggs. And I know a lot of the videoers would break away and not show you this part where you crack your eggs and peel them and all that good stuff. But I do. I think all of this is an important part of cooking. And I cut them kind of big because they get broke up in mixing up everything. Eggs are kind of soft, so they get broke up more when you're mixing up all the other ingredients in the bowl. And you know what? Just for the way it looks and having enough room to mix it, I'm going to dump it right in here. And then I'll put my finished potato salad back in the bowl. But I've got about a 1/4 cup of chopped red onion, and I've got about a 1/4 cup of chopped green bell pepper that I'm putting in there. And I love sweet relish in mine. My son always liked dill pickles in his. I like sweet relish. So I'm putting sweet relish in my potato salad. Now if he was coming over, I might have put dill pickles in there. I'm going to put some salt and pepper. I'm going to put a squirt of mustard, just regular mustard. I love mustard in my potato salad. And I'm going to put some mayo in there. And proceed to mix it up. Some people like to chop up celery in theirs. Perfectly fine to do that. If you like celery in your potato salad, go right ahead and do it. I prefer not to put celery in my potato salad. I like my onions, my eggs, my potatoes, my pickles, and that's pretty much it in my potato salad. It's an old-timey recipe for potato salad, y'all. Let me get this out of the way. Get my bowl back here to put my tater salad in, because I don't want to leave it in this big bowl. But you see, it was so much easier to mix it, to put it in a bigger bowl. So you got plenty of room to just mix it around. It don't take you all day to do it. And it doesn't go all over the kitchen. So there's my potato salad, y'all. I got my squash. going to proceed to get me some tater salad. Old-fashioned tater salad. I'm going to use my tongs to get my chicken. I don't know if that's still real hot. I don't want it to break my plate. Let's see, what piece should I get? They all look so good, y'all. I'm going to get a thigh. And maybe one of the backbones. And then I'm going to get my squash. And I need to get something to get that out so I don't scratch. I had just enough of those squash to make a serving. But here you go, y'all. There is my sticky barbecue chicken, old-fashioned country squash, and old-fashioned country potato salad. That is my meal right there. First of all, I'm going to dig into some potato salad. Give y'all a bite. Open wide. Great big bite. Dear Lord, bless this food I'm about to eat. Bless everybody in YouTube land. Amen. It's good, y'all. You can't beat old-timey, old-fashioned country potato salad. And how about some squash to go with it? Open wide and get you a mouthful of squash. You don't need a lot of seasoning in squash. Just a little bit of onion to fry it in with it, salt and pepper, and you're good. And I know this chicken is hot, so I'm not going to try to pick it up and bite it right now, but y'all bite some of that chicken. That sticky barbecue chicken. Oh my God. That is so good. Try a piece of this thigh bone. Or a piece of the thigh chicken. I'll take another bite of that chicken. I got potato salad on the corner of it. Sorry about that. Oh God, that's so good. I see what I'm gonna be eating this week. Sticky barbecue chicken. And country country potato salad. Oh my God. Y'all need to try this sticky barbecue chicken. And it's even better if you use like the legs and the wings and the breast. Not the breast, but the thighs. Because they don't dry out quite as much as the chicken breast does. But it's good either way. Because you can always pull the chicken breast apart, mix it with some more barbecue sauce, and put it on a bun and eat you a chicken barbecue sandwich. You can't get no better than that. So there you go. And like I said, save your chicken broth in your crock pot. You can come up with another meal using this chicken broth, because it left quite a bit in there, and it's pretty strong. So you can add it, like if you're going to make chicken soup, chicken and dumplings, chicken and pastry, chicken and pasta, chicken and rice, you can add that to your dish and it will flavor it a lot more. You don't have to use bouillon then, just use this. So there you go. I've showed you basically what I've done, what I can do with my chicken. So I hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope you learned something from it. And I hope to see you on my next one. Y'all have a good night. Love you. And see you on my next one. Bye.